We're doing a mini tutorial on our Try It kit, and we're doing Isles of Seurat. Today we're doing it in wild clover. Nice to do it in an area that's kind of behind something, so today we're going to do it behind the dresser. But don't worry, you're going to be able to wipe it right off. From home, you're going to want to get a little cup of water and a paper towel. I use the paper towel as my little drop cloth so I don't get my floor dirty. So in your kit, you're going to have a sticker, a pair of gloves, a rag. This is a little wall eraser just to take care of any scuff. If there's any little dry areas, you can use it wet to clean it off. A stir stick, a little cut down brush. This is your tool, a 1/2 inch brush. This is our chroma glaze in the wild clover, and this is our chroma glaze, but it's just a clear base. Teeny tiny products. Let's get started. The cup is really little, but I just dip both sides in, and I'm going to go right in. Another move here is if you ever wanted to have like a perfect square, you could always tape it off. It doesn't really matter too much. With this finish, you kind of want to brush it out so that it's not too heavy. You're looking for a mid-tone here. So if you see what the color of the glaze is, and the color of the wall, you want to see a clear difference. This looks pretty good. Okay, once our base is up, you're going to take your little tool and the original color, and you're just going to start making marks. You'll see that the first mark I made was really dark, but I like to fill up the background just with movement in the same direction, and then you can keep dipping. You try to work the area so that you have a good amount of darks, and then also just a good amount of just the background color moving around. And it's okay to go over existing marks. The beautiful part about this finish is that there's literally almost no rules. You can always fix anything. So if like you get too heavy in this one area, you can kind of clear your brush out and you can take it back. Plus the second pass with the clear will bring out lights too. Once I have a good amount of movement around the area, I can go in with my light. I clear my brush out with the water so it's back to just almost clean. And then I'm going to open up this little cup of clear glaze and basically repeat. So to get that nice light color, I sometimes brush multiple times in an area. So in this area where I got a little heavy, I can just pull back out some of those lighter colors. If your brush starts getting too heavy with glaze, you can either wipe it on a rag or clear it out with your water again and wipe it on the rag. As with all our finishes, typical choose your own adventure. You don't have to go heavy with the dots. At the same time, sometimes more is more. Just kind of keep layering and it just feels prettier and prettier. My glasses on and see how I'm doing here. All right. If I really want to make them pop, I can just use the water, not too much because you don't want it to drip. And I have a hair here, take it right out just by going backwards. Whoop. Sometimes you got to work it and fix the spot. So now that I have my lights up, I can go back again if I'd like and just add some darker moments. If I want it to feel darker or lighter. Once I have all my marks up, I'm ready to soften. I'm happy with the composition. Note in the softening back, when you're working a whole wall and you're doing a big section, the glaze has a teeny bit of time to set up. So you can do a big section and then you kind of go back and you soften and you have a good amount of time to get through all of that. When you're doing a small sample, because you're only doing something little, when I go in to soften, the glaze is very wet. So it moves quickly and easily. So you really don't want to apply too much pressure. If you do, it'll just kind of wipe it all off. You know, even if you wanted to step away, go get a glass of water, whatever, give it a second to kind of set a little bit. So I take the same brush that I was using. I didn't even really clean it out. It's just, you know, is what it is. And with the softest little touch, I just soften the finish back. I'm barely touching the wall. Kind of blends the finish together, softening it all back and kind of making it a little bit more one. This is a step that we do, like the kind of washed look, but if you like the more kind of the stronger dotted look, you don't have to do it. And there you have it. I'm going to go freshen up my cup of water and take it off. got a fresh cup of water in preparation to take off the sample. I think a fair amount of time to leave it up there, maximum like half hour. Put it up and like live with it for a little bit, but still wanted it to come off the wall really easily. It's like a fair amount of time to do so. You'll notice that the edges where it's lighter will set a little bit more onto the wall. And that's where the magic eraser does come in nicely. I take my little rag and I dip it in water. Paper towels, sometimes the final wipe is great because, and you can even just use your little drop. You can kind of get a super clean rag or make a super clean rag with the paper towel and get that final clean wipe so there's no residue. I am trying to be strategic and staying tight to the glaze area, really trying to wipe it off, keeping my rag clean. I just put light glaze on there. And now I'm going to take a little drop here because I just want like a super clean surface. Put a little bit of water on there and give it a final wipe down. See, you can see that there is some residual color on there. Just want the wall to be as just like it originally was. All right, we're done. The mini container's so many, I lost it. We give you enough,
even though these look so teeny tiny.
We give you enough to be able to do at least 2 or 3 different areas. If you wanted to see it on different walls or at different times of the day, you can put them up. It's super simple to keep your brushes clean after you're done and before they sit out too long. Just give them a rinse underwater in your sink and they'll be good to reuse over and over. Keep them in your toolkit. When you get your real kit, it comes with a larger application brush, 2 little brushes for marking. That way, if you wanted someone to help you out, wanted a dark brush and a light brush, you don't have to kind of continue to clean them.